Democracy depends on heavy doses of civility. And I think the American people long for us to restore a threshold of civility to public life, and it can begin right here. But I'm not in a bad mood about it. I've always tried to carry myself in a way where my commitment to a strong defense, to limited government, fiscal responsibility, traditional values, leaves room for open debate and respect for others. At least I aspire to that through much of my career. In fact, let me say, I believe that democracy depends on heavy doses of civility. And I think the American people long for us to restore a threshold of civility to public life, and it can begin right here on Mackinac Island. And the truth is, as we discuss when Roop comes out, is that the quest for common ground, and I think the American people long for it. And the truth is, as we may discuss when Roop comes out, is that the quest for common ground has never been more urgent. And our nation faces extraordinary challenges today at home and abroad. This very hour, we have Americans in harm's way. Many American families are struggling with the rising cost of living. We have a $39 trillion national debt, larger than the entire national economy. And there are gathering storms of authoritarian regimes on the move in Eastern Europe and the Asia Pacific. I mean, now more than ever, we need to demand of our leaders a politics that allows us to address these issues, to listen to one another in the way that Americans have always done in times of great trial. I mean, the truth is, I believe our politics are more divided than at any time in my lifetime, but I'm not convinced the American people are as divided as our politics. You know, since my involuntary retirement 5 years ago, we've traveled all across this country relentlessly, spent time in big cities and small towns, and everywhere I go, I'm convinced that there will always be more that unites us in these United States than can ever divide us. I mean, the American people believe in faith and family and freedom, believe in free enterprise, the American dream, and the golden rule. And at its very core as well, as I've heard over the last 5 years in particular, the American people cherish the ideals enshrined in the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution of the United States of America. Abraham Lincoln saved the Union by reminding the American people of the ideals in that declaration that we will celebrate its 250th year this year, but also standing firm on the Constitution. I always like to remind people that whether you're a police officer, whether you serve in the uniform of the United States, whether you're elected to local, state, or federal office, you take the same oath. It's to support and defend the Constitution of the United States. And it ends with a prayer. So help me God. And sometimes it's challenging, particularly for people who wear uniforms and go into harm's way, to keep that oath. But throughout the generations, Americans have done it. Like Psalm 15 says, he keeps his oath even when it hurts. And I know something about that. But the truth is, to find our way forward, I believe we need to rededicate ourselves and, in a sense, rediscover the virtue of standing without apology on the ideals in the Declaration that all men are created equal and are endowed by our Creator with certain inalienable rights of life and liberty in the pursuit of happiness. And we, as Americans, need to forge a future on the common ground that is the Constitution of the United States of America. And I believe we will. I'm a hopeless optimist, which is what kept me an IU football fan for all those years. But I want to submit to you today that I'm grateful you're here. Karen and I are looking forward to continuing to meet so many of you leaders from across Detroit and across the Midwest. But I believe that here at this conference on Mackinac Island, we can lead by example with civility and a rededication to principle. We can, as the good book says, pay more careful attention to what we've already learned and share it with our countrymen. And I believe in so doing, we will find common ground. We'll find the common ground necessary to forge the solutions to the challenges facing this generation and the next. And America will continue to be a beacon of freedom and hope and opportunity and inspiration for all the world. So help us God.